See, ankle joint. I have given this is one of the departmental activity where we conduct the seminars. Your batch also I have allotted the topic, only one topic after the completion of the lower limb whole topics. All topics completed, only one topic which is I have already hip joint and ankle joint that is kept for the seminar. Hip joint, knee joint, other all upper limb joints are taught properly to you so that you can understand what is the importance of the seminar. And this is one question which is asked for the long question, and this is you have to remember that is an ankle joint. So that we have written here departmental activity and seminar. So this is very important to know the details of the joint, and whatever we present, we teach you that pattern. You have to explain the all things. Overview revision that is done by the again one more candidate, Amina, that is Maner. She is also going to overview the all total topic in summarizing. So this is what the going to arrange this today. So we are going to begin with the ankle joint. Next we are going to deal the one more brief review. Whatever I have reviewed, same way the Amira Maner, she will be going to guide you with the same ankle joint. Okay.
Hi, I am Amira Maner. I am discussing the ankle joint. We are discussing the ankle joint in these 10 points. First is introduction. The ankle joint is very strong and weight bearing joint at the distal end of the lower limb. Second, the ankle joint is placed between the distal ends of tibia, fibula and superior part of the thallus bone. Then type of joint. It is a hinge variety of synovial joint. Hinge variety means the joint allow the movements of bone in only one direction, which is forward and backward. Then third is articular surfaces. In the ankle joint there are two articular surfaces, which is upper articular surface and which is inferior articular surface. Upper articular surface formed by the lower end of tibia and medial malleolus, inferior tibiofibular ligament and lateral malleolus and fibula. And inferior articular surface formed by the superior surface of the thallus bone. This is thallus bone, this is medial surface, upper surface and lateral surface form the inferior articular surface, and the upper articular surface formed by the tibia, medial malleolus, lateral malleolus of fibula and inferior tibiofibular ligament, which form deep socket. Okay. The structurally the ankle joint is very strong, but the stability of ankle joint is maintained by the close interlocking of articular surface. Firstly, close interlocking of articular surface means the upper articular surface which form deep socket and the inferior thallus bone which fit on it and form close interlocking of articular surface. Then second is stabilized by the strong collateral ligaments of each side and tendons of the muscle which cross the joint. Okay. Then the ligaments. In the ankle joint there are three ligaments. First is fibrous capsule, second deltoid and medial ligament, and third is lateral ligament. Fibrous capsule which surround the ankle joint, but it is thin and weak at the anterior and posterior side, because where the fibrous capsule is thin, because hinge movements there occur, and this hinge movement supported by the collateral ligaments, and two exceptions where the fibrous capsule never attach. First is posterior superiorly and anterior inferiorly. Second ligament is deltoid and medial ligament. It is in triangular in shape and very strong. The medial ligament has two parts, superficial and deep. The superficial and deep has common attachment and apex of the medial malleolus. This is apex of medial malleolus, and this is navicular bone. This is calcaneus bone. This is thallus bone. Okay. The superior part of medial ligament has three fibers: anterior, middle, and posterior. Anterior fiber is also called tibio-navicular fiber, which attach to the medial malleolus of tibia to the navicular bone. This one. And the second is medial fiber, which is also called tibio-calcaneus fiber, which attach to the medial malleolus of tibia to the calcaneus bone. And third fiber is posterior fiber. Second name is posterior tibio-talar fiber, which is attached to the medial malleolus of tibia to the talus bone on posterior aspect. Then second is deep part of medial malleolus, which is posterior tibio-talar, which is anterior tibio-talar fiber, which attached to the anterior of the ligament. Then third ligament is lateral ligament. There are three bands. First is anterior talofibular ligament. Second is posterior talofibular ligament, and third is calcaneofibular ligament. Okay. The anterior talofibular ligament attached to the lateral malleolus of fibula to the thallus bone anteriorly. Posterior talofibular ligament, which attached to the lateral malleolus of fibula to the thallus bone, and third is calcaneofibular ligament, which attached to the lateral malleolus to the calcaneum bone. Next point is relations. Relation anteriorly, the four muscles are anteriorly. There are four muscles, one artery. There are some tricks. The hospital are never dirty place. Means tibialis anterior extensor, hallucis longus, peroneal artery, deep peroneal nerve, extensor digitorum longus, and peroneal tertius. Okay, medial to lateral side. Posterior, this is anterior aspect, and posteriorly there are posterior, medial, posterior, lateral. Posterior, medially there are three muscles, one nerve, one artery. In medial to lateral there is tibialis posterior, flexor digitorum longus, posterior tibial artery, posterior tibial nerve, and flexor hallucis longus. The trick is the doctor are never hungry. Then posterior laterally there are two muscles, peroneus brevis and peroneus longus. Movements of ankle joint. There are two movements. First is dorsiflexion and second is plantar flexion. This is our foot. This is the dorsal aspect. There is and this is plantar aspect. Flexion of dorsal aspect is called dorsiflexion, and flexion of plantar aspect is called plantar flexion. In the dorsiflexion, the angle between the foot and the dorsum of foot, the angle is decreases. This is normal position of our foot. This is leg and this is foot. In the dorsiflexion, the angle is changed because the foot is rises. Okay, the dorsum aspect is rises, and angle between the foot and leg is diminished. Second is plantar flexion, where the plantar aspect is flexed. The angle between the foot and leg and foot is increases. Firstly, in the dorsiflexion, the dislocation is very less because this is talus bone. Superiorly this is border and inferiorly this is narrow. In the dorsiflexion, the superior part attached to the deep socket of upper articular surface. That's why the dislocation is no chance of dislocation. But the plantar flexion, the dislocation is very common because the narrowest part of thallus bone is affiliated with the upper socket point and form the dislocation. Due to this is common in the females, where in high heels. In dorsiflexion, there are four muscles are related. First is tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, extensor hallucis longus, and peroneal tertius. This is anterior compartments of relations. Then plantar flexion, there are two main muscles, gastrocnemius and soleus. Blood supply, anterior posterior tibial artery and peroneal artery. Then now there are deep peroneal nerve and tibial nerve. This is dorsiflexion. The angle decreases, and this is plantar flexion where the angle is increases. This is the movements. Upward rises and diminish. Then clinical anatomy. There are three main clinical anatomy, which is ankle sprain, dislocation and quads fracture. Ankle sprain where the stretching and tearing of ligaments, which caused by the fall from height. There are two movements of foot, inversion and eversion. Inversion means this is the inversion sprain and eversion sprain. Inversion sprain, lateral side is moved to lateral side and the lateral ligaments will damage. And the inversion, there is a movements of lateral border. There is a medial ligaments are tear. Then second is dislocation. Dislocation is very rare because of the tibiofibular mortis. Tibiofibular mortis formed by lateral malleolus plus medial malleolus plus lower end of tibial bone. Okay, these three structure form the ankle joint very strong. That's why they are in dislocation in ankle joint. But in fact, there is a dislocation where the malleoli, lateral malleoli or medial malleoli was fractured. This is the dislocation. Then third and last clinical anatomy is Pott's fracture. Pott's fracture are three types: primary Pott's fracture, secondary Pott's fracture, and tertiary Pott's fracture. In primary Pott's fracture, there is a fracture of lateral malleolus. It's first Pott's fracture, primary Pott's fracture. Second Pott's fracture is fracture on medial side of tibia, and third Pott's fracture is lower end of tibia bone. Okay, thank you.
We are going to get the medial malleolus, lateral malleolus, and lower end of tibia. So these, any one is there, we can call as a Pott's fracture. So this is commonly occurs due to the calcium deficiency in the old age and in the accidents. So that is very important, you have to know. So remaining things, I hope that C covered all the briefly. So what is we are going to get the eversion and inversion. Inversion means inside, sole faces that is medially and resting on the lateral border of the foot. Lateral border resting and sole facing, that is medially, that is we call as the inversion. Eversion is patient resting on the medial border and sole facing laterally, eversion. So these are two important things you have to, inversion and eversion. So that is in this you have to remember about the almost all. So this is all briefly covered by Amira Manel. She is almost all prepared notes that only she presented it, and give a big round of applause for it. So this is what we have completed the ankle joint. Only one topic remains, that is arches of foot. Last topic that will cover means lower limb is completed. So this is all about the today's ankle joint. Any questions you want to ask? Ask. Any questions?